Yeah, videos like this, worst thing you can do in terms of trolls. I'm just gonna say that nobody who is anonymous is allowed to comment, regardless of what they say. Like, are you new to the internet, man? My skin is very thin. My skin is very, what can I say? My skin is very thin. Oh yeah, it's his channel. Like, you can do whatever you want. What? Dude, wait, hold on. What did you say there? Okay, this one seems like it might be kind of funny. Why I delete hateful comments. This guy did a video about how he got added to like 280,000 Spotify playlists. And then I got recommended this video about why he deletes hateful comments. So I thought this might be good.
There are certain rules of the...
Ooh. Okay. So why delete hateful comments? Dude, this guy fucking blew up. What the hell? I could sworn he had like 19K a couple days ago. What the hell? I thought he doesn't even have any really... He doesn't really have any like big videos. That's weird. Okay. This guy again. Yeah, but I want to see why he deletes hateful comments. That's what I'm really interested in here. How's he gonna make this 12 minutes too? It's all very interesting.
Universe, such as when you are waiting for a bus, none will come, and when you are not, two will come. Another one of those rules is if you put your heart and soul into making something and sharing it with the world on the internet, some guy with a faceless account and a silly numbered username.
Oh, dude, the fucking Dame argument. We got the Dame argument. Hold on a second though. Let's break this down a little bit. Putting your heart and soul into something, my guy, you upload daily. You upload daily. You cannot say you're putting your heart and soul into this if you're uploading daily. And this is coming from a guy that uploads almost daily, okay? When I put my heart and soul into a video, it's probably like a video essay I spend at least a week on, maybe longer than that, maybe 2 weeks or something. Then I'll be like, okay, I put my heart and soul into this, right? But if you're uploading daily, you objectively cannot say you're putting your heart and soul into it, dude. You're maybe putting some hard work. You're putting some hard work into it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll concede to that. You're putting hard work into it, but heart and soul? Nah, dude. You're gonna be soulless in a couple weeks if you're putting your heart and soul into daily videos. You're just grinding it out. That's what it is. Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. I'm not gonna state my opinion on deleting hateful comments yet. Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait until let's see what he has to say. He doesn't have a back catalog. You don't have a back catalog of daily videos where you're putting your heart and soul into it. That's not a thing. That doesn't. What do you like prepare for like years? Like, how does that work? All the information is going to be outdated.
And say something horrible to you. Maybe it's a girl, to be honest. Let's not discriminate. But one thing that can be
yeah, it's probably a man. It's probably a man.
The more and more you share yourself online, the more and more you will be attacked for it. As far as I know, there isn't a solution to this. This is just one of the standard ramifications of putting yourself out there. Over the years, I have had a lot of people say a lot of very horrible things to me, at me, and comment forms. And it's interesting to see the evolution of how I have dealt with this, because as much as I like to be Mr. Tash, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks, I create...
Why delete hateful comments and you can too? My skin is very thin. My skin is very... What can I say? My skin is very thin.
From the heart, man. I'm all fucking intuitive and free. At the same time, of course, it's very unsettling to read that somebody says that you're a fucking fraud, or that, as I've said before, you have shit hair, or this guy is just a wanker, blah, blah, blah. Even if...
Just a wanker, dude? Come on, dude. That's really nothing. That's nothing.
I don't necessarily think that I have...
I kind of want to write now, bro. This guy's a fucking wanker.
Shit hair, or that I am a wanker, or that I'm a fraud. It hurts. It hurts to hear that, and it's silly to say.
We're here for fun, guys. We're here for fun. That's fun. That's fun, okay?
It's particularly as the fact that, you know, I could have, say, 999 nice comments.
What even does wanker mean, dude? What even does wanker, like, what, you jack off? Like, what the fuck? This guy's a coomer. This guy's a coomer.
It's almost so silly to say this, but like, oh, it feels nice to get 999 people saying thank you and nice things. And then one person comes along and says, this is shit. And it hurts, like, regardless of...
What does tosser even mean, dude? I'm from America, aka Hawaii.
How many nice comments you've got, that thing fucking hurts. And, you know, I've been doing the Tash thing now for 13 and a bit years. I've been doing Tash Teaches for at least the last four
salad tosser. All right, that's pretty epic.
4.5 years. And I definitely have got way more hate the more and more I've been doing this. It's not like I've got better and therefore I'm appreciated more. Like, to some extent, yes, I have developed a bigger audience, so the overall quantity of nice things...
Bro, you want to know what's one thing really funny? I got this comment not that long ago on my Spotify video. So I had my background, right? And somebody was like, oh, the irony to have watermarked images in your video about music IP. And I'm like, I suck by spaghetti images. Show me that website. Find this website for me. Find this fucking website for me right now. I bet you $1 million you cannot find this fucking website right here. Okay? Show me this website. Show me where you can get this image. All right? I guarantee you cannot find this image on the fucking internet because I fucking made it. Personally, I don't delete a lot of comments. Very rarely. Very rarely.
Said to me on a day-to-day basis has become far bigger than it used to when I first started. But with that also comes an increase in the amount of people saying really mean, stupid, unhinged, horrible things. And it's very rare, if ever, that a person who says something to you online will have a profile picture of their face and their name. Instead, it will be something like Underworld 775, and they won't even have a profile picture, and they'll come in and just with such declarative gusto, they will just say something that you would never say to another person if they were in a room as you. And if you did say that to someone, they would have every fucking
Like, are you new to the internet, man?
right to knock your block off. So what I wanted to say was it's just interesting how over these years my reaction to this has changed, and I've been paying close attention to it recently because I have been putting myself out there more, particularly with making these kind of videos where I'm not editing it and I have no real goal of what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying
I thought you said you put your heart and soul, man.
to really flow with it and get out the most authentic and true to my heart.
You fucking wanker. No! You said wanker. Ban him. Quick, ban him.
I want to say possible. With that has come a huge amount of support from you guys, and I really appreciate how much it means for the internet for us to share ourselves, and not neatly manicured, edited here to make it sound as though I never stumble over my words and occasionally you say fuck or something like that. But there have been, of course, people, particularly on Reddit, mind, just saying some truly horrendous.
Yeah, that's a good point. Anybody can put a fake picture for their profile. You could just put like a person's face that's not your face, or you can AI generate a face. And then it's like, well, they're not anonymous anymore. I guess they're not anonymous anymore. They can say what they should be able to say whatever they want.
Because I genuinely thought that, if not for everyone, the things that I was saying might benefit some people. And it's just incredible how many people...
Dame doesn't allow anonymous trolls in his live chat. He doesn't allow any sort of criticism in his live chat or comments.
A platform like Reddit will just rush to see the worst in you.
It's like, I feel like this is just like a catch-all excuse for... for like, okay, I don't want to deal with any sort of criticism. I'm just going to say that nobody who is anonymous is allowed to comment, regardless of what they say. Then it kind of frees you from any sort of like accountability when somebody wants to say something about you.
Without even watching the video, without even really listening to your message, just jumping on to criticize and to call you all sorts of horrible names. Anyways, I keep getting off topic here. When I first started getting...
You know what this reminds me of? I don't know if you guys saw that Ab McCree video before, where he was just like, oh, reading all these comments made me so mad. So I had to go to the gym. I had to go blow off some steam at the gym. Anyways, I'm back here to read some more comments.
Hate on the internet. I had one real kind of modus operandi, should we say. And I think this probably stems from some sort of...
He does kind of look like Phineas, true.
Wounding of trying to be a nice guy that smooths everything over so that everybody is happy and nobody is experiencing any tension. And what I would do is I would try and see that person as somebody who I could make come around to me. Maybe if I were to respond to them in such a way that they would see that, you know, I'm a gentle being who seeks to have no conflict. And so I would respond to them in a way that would kind of disarm them, perhaps. And maybe 1% of the time, people would then actually come back, unlike maybe 5% of the time, people would come back and they'd be like, I'm sorry, I was having a bad day, or whatever.
Yeah, videos like this, or the one Busy did, where he's like, why producers hate Busyworks beats, worst thing you can do in terms of trolls.
Because I would respond almost in a sense of kind of like deflecting what they were saying and saying like, I mean, come on, you clearly don't mean that. But 95% of the time, people don't give a fuck. They want to keep going.
Isn't that a sign of being like a narcissist? I'm not saying this guy's a narcissist. Some people just have thin skin.
They have no interest in being reasonable. They have no interest in being proven to be anything other than just like right about whatever they say. And so this was an approach that I had for a long time, is that I would go on these tirades of trying to make someone come around to the fact that, whatever, they were being a dick, and I would do it in this kind of strange way that really wasn't for them, it was for me. I needed for them to feel happy with me, so that
I'm gonna speed it up a bit. I don't know. It's kind of...
I could feel happy with me, or some bullshit like that. And my girlfriend had a very different approach, and her approach was informed by some other people.
I think people that make videos like this, they don't realize that they're making it worse by doing this, probably because they're not super familiar with the internet, or they think that they're just speaking to their audience.
Who she respects and looks up to, who had said similar things around the idea of the fact that if somebody says something horrible,
yeah, never mind.
Somebody
never mind, this guy fucks. Never mind, this guy fucks.
That you've put out, and they say something horrible, you just delete it. And for the longest time, before I'd even heard
never mind, he's not a wanker, guys. Fuck.
From her about this, but for the longest time, the idea of deleting negative comments to me was...
Well, I mean, it isn't all you can eat buffet for the trolls, but the only problem is if he actually deletes all these comments, is like, then nobody's ever going to see it.
Just heresy. Maybe it's got something to do with my idea of free speech, being freedom in general, being such a crucial part of our existence. That would mean that I would never, ever consider silencing someone's opinion. How dare I take it upon myself to take this valid opinion out of the mix? But, you know, I've since come around to this. I've changed my tune. And as much as I'm still 100% for free speech when it pertains to...
Oh, yeah, it's his channel. Like, you can do whatever you want. But sometimes people... Okay, the problem with deleting hateful comments is a lot of people start to like conflict any sort of criticism. Eventually, like especially if you do this over time and you keep doing it more and more, people that do this start to have a harder and harder time telling between actual criticism and hate. And sometimes they do kind of blend together a bit. But I feel like the more you do this, the more you start to like not be able to discern the difference very well. And then eventually you have like people like Busy who are just deleting all critical comments, you know? So it's not really a good way to go about it, in my opinion. Like if somebody, I will say this, it's not that you should not delete hateful comments. Because there's definitely a line where someone's crossing, you're like, okay, you're talking about my family or something like that. I don't want that. Or somebody's putting out false information. You know, like you could delete that, like in my opinion. But I think the problem is when people delete all hateful comments or like really just take it too far.
The larger discourse or the larger discussion about life. Nowadays, I've got to a point where I realize that it's not healthy for me or really anyone else to be engaging in this kind of vitriolic, I don't know if that's a word, behavior that we experience online. So now, if somebody jumps in...
Like, say he reaches 1 million subs, how much deleting will he do? Well, I mean, Busy has 1 million subs, and he tracks it all. But, you know, that's because he's putting less effort into the content.
...to one of my comment sections and says... And I just will preface this to say, if they come in to disagree with me, it's fine, I'm not going to delete that. I'm not going to prevent somebody from having a disagreement. However, if somebody comes in there and they just say, stupid... or something like that.
Dude, wait, hold on. Did you say stupid fucking F-slur? What did you say there? I think you might have already deleted your comment, bro. It could be because it says fucking.
Stupid. Or something.
Oh, dude, he definitely said the F-slur, dude. Oh my god, whenever I make a joke like this in the video, I throw a box over my mouth.
Prevent somebody from having a disagreement. However, if somebody comes in there and they just say stupid... or...
yeah, dude, I think he says F-slur.
Something like that, you know, just really unnecessary language. Or, you know... Some of the horrible things that women get are probably a lot worse.
He's based, never mind, take it back, maybe.
Than we as men get. But anyways, at this point, one of these ladies in my girlfriend's sphere had said something along the lines of, not in my house, baby. You know, this is my space. I'm here to create a sense of positivity, and not toxic positivity, mind, where everything is hunky-dory all the time. But
yeah, this is a gamer word for
a
sure.
certain sense of perhaps respect amongst human beings. And again, I think the key here is, if somebody were to say this to me in real life, would I feel inclined to continue a conversation with them, or would I feel inclined to just ignore them and walk away? Do I at this point now see their opinion as something that perhaps would be better just ignored? And anyway, all this to say, it's
oh yeah, he said flag it.
Interesting how it took me so many years to get to a point of just being like, I don't give a fuck. Sorry, no, I'm just silencing the negativity in here, whether it is on an ad or a comment or a direct message from somebody that just serves no purpose. It's not entertaining the opening of a discussion or exploring why we disagree with each other. It's just utilizing the anonymity and facelessness of the internet to say fucked up shit to people. So I guess my...
Wait, hold on. Does he think he's like fighting against some greater force by doing this?
Each other. It's just utilizing the anonymity and facelessness of the internet. Hold on. All this to say, it's interesting how it took me so many years to get to a point of just being like, I don't give a fuck. Sorry, no, I'm just silencing the negativity in here, whether it is on an ad or a comment or a direct message from somebody that just serves no purpose. It's not entertaining the opening of a discussion or exploring why we disagree with each other. It's just utilizing the anonymity and facelessness of the internet to say fucked up shit to people.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
So I guess my main concern really here of why I'm sharing this with you is one of the things that has come up a lot recently in some of the community spaces that I have or discussions with people is that in order to grow and share your music on a bigger scale, in order to be more public, yikes, with what you're doing, you have to open yourself up to people shooting arrows at you. And I just wanted to give you, perhaps if that is in any way a fear, the permission to just fucking silence those people. Get them out of your space.
It's a waste of time, though. It's really just a waste of time.
No, just delete those comments. Anytime somebody comes along and just says something that is unnecessarily negative, just delete it. You have every right in the content, in the space, in the, put it like content, in the space and the content that you are creating. You have every right to dictate how people react to each other. And this isn't just like negative comments to yourself. This is people being...
Yeah, it comes off a bit as a cry bully. I mean, I haven't seen him bully, but...
being rude to other people in the comments in a way that just is just so overly unnecessary. Just fucking snip it. Get it out of there. Yeah, this also then led to, obviously yesterday I launched a new community around Bitwig, and I called it the Bitwig Studio. And one of the main reasons why I wanted to launch this was just because
the Bitwig, I feel like that's pretty close to the actual software name.
found that platforms like...
Is it not called Bitwig Studio already?
AVR, Reddit, and Discord, a lot of the time we're very self-centered and egocentric in the way that we approach it. And I don't mean that everybody on there is a fucking narcissist, only about themselves, but I think just the way that we go about seeking information is very much quite self-centered online.
Bitwig Studio, that's a much better name.
Time, which is that I have X problem, how do I achieve Y outcome? Which just discredits a huge percentage of everybody in the room.
Yeah, no, Bitwig's pretty good. It's like Ableton, but it has some better things about it, and some different things about it.
Because A, not everybody knows specifically how to have that outcome, and B, not everybody cares about fixing your problems for you, and a lot of the time you could probably just Google that.
I just think it's better to not even worry about it, you know? Like, I think it's just a waste of time to even worry about this. That time spent going through and deleting negative comments could be a time you put your heart and soul into another video, or like planning out the next video, or working on a song or something. I don't know.
The point of community is to get a wide perspective, so why not ask a question that elicits the largest possible pool of responses? But another thing that I hadn't quite really put my finger on that much was just how toxic platforms like Reddit, and particularly like forums like KBR, how rude everybody is to each other.
Rude! How rude!
How just unnecessarily petty and angry people can be to particularly, say, beginners turning up, people who are new to a space asking a question. And
how rude!
Just food for thought. I personally don't...
That was a clip right there.
...know anyone who behaves that way. And I think in many ways, the amount of people that actually do behave that way online is probably very small. It's probably a few bad apples.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine myself, or definitely anyone that I would socialize with, behaving that way online. And I'm curious. I suppose a silly question would be, is any people watching this video now, do you engage in this kind of behavior? And if so, why?
Oh, let me try this
Who hurt
again.
you? Probably not. You would have probably turned this video off by now and said something in the comments about my hair. But yeah, it's really, really thought-provoking to think that there is a real world that we live in where people
This guy's a wanker and has hair.
A basic level of respect amongst each other about ideas and differences of opinions. And then we go online and all of a sudden we just throw that out of the way.
All right, here we go.
What the fuck?